Hey, welcome to my mess. I've made a mess of things. Welcome to another week of the Good Enough Shop. And I'm not going to even pretend to start cleaning up. I've made just a general mess of things. I got just in my head about making this cat thing. And so I just started doing things. And so I'll walk you through a couple of things. I just didn't turn the camera on because I was just going. And so I realized recently that I probably should say something about it. But yeah. I really got to... Hang on. Oh. Put this over here. Just was like, oh, I should put the camera on. So that's where I'm at. I'm enjoying myself, but this is going to be a pretty janky project. It's not going to be pristine finish and all that kind of stuff. Just because I've done some things that I haven't done before, and then I realized, and I know it's going to sound weird, but I don't like the woodworking as much as I like the metal stuff. Doesn't mean I don't want to do woodworking, but it's so messy. So we'll start with this thing. We'll take the clamps off of this thing. Now this stuff is glued up this morning, so it's not 100% ready to go, but it's probably good enough to show. Let's try to keep these together. Okay. So what I've done is I've just kind of made a tray. And then that one longer board I told you I was going to cut into the pieces for the tray, I did here. And it's definitely not flush, but that's okay. I didn't really worry about squaring all of the edges and all that kind of stuff. But then I took it here, and I used the jigsaw, I think. Anyway, and I was cutting the curves, and then I cut into my desk a couple of times. So now I got some cuts in the desk on this side accidentally. They didn't go very well when I was cutting these curves. They're not symmetrical, but they work. Just to give it a little bit more than just the... Yeah, this is my first time doing this thing, so yeah, you can see there's a gap there, right? And then there's a gap there. Now I brad nailed it after the glue up as well, just to give it a little bit more rigidity. So I'm not really too worried about it falling apart on me. Don't think the cats could tear it apart or any of that kind of stuff. So there's this guy, and then we got these guys here. They've been gluing up a little bit less time, but I should be able to show you. Make sure I put these ones away because I'll forget, and then they'll be laying around, and when I need them, I won't find them. Anyway, okay. So these guys I still need to sand, and so I'll do that soon. But they're meant for the sides to lift it up off the ground a bit, and so they're going to kind of sit out front. Now to cut these 45s, you see here I didn't do a good job. There's a little bit of a lip, but the sanding will take care of that because I'm going to sand them with 40 and then 120 just to get them smooth enough. There's a little bit of a lip here, but that's on the inside, so I don't really care. But the same lip is on the outside. We're going to just sand them down, get them close to the same. There's a little wave in a bit in it and that kind of stuff, but it's not too big of a deal. But anyway, we're going to, it's going to sit the way I want it to, is I want this to cover that seam just a bit, just to give us that extra little protection there and coverage, give it a little bit more rigidity. I was originally going to put them on top, which I still could, I guess, but I think that might just be too high. But if I put it on top, it's harder to attach. I could just glue it and then clamp it and then just have it glued, which would be fine. It would hold. But I really like the idea of it covering that kind of thing. And then I just have to worry about it like collapsing this way, which I don't think it would fall down at all. Not with the cat, even with the big fat cats. One of our cats is pretty big. So yeah, and then I'm gonna put that on, and we're gonna. Sorry, just let me just see what this looks like. I'm gonna grab the other one. There we go. And the other one's got some squeeze out that I need to deal with and that kind of stuff. So we'll do it facing the camera here, because I often don't do that, and I should. But, so the basic premise here is, if I put them underneath, then it's this. So this is the basic premise of the whole idea. Some of these boards were a little warped, but we're going to leave them like that just because I'm not too worried about it. Again, this is for us up in the house. It's for me and the cat. So I'm not going to be like worried about if somebody's going to like it or not. If I like it, it's good enough. So basically it's going to be like this. And then I want to put something on the front, because then I have this, we're going to use this stuff. Clean it out, vacuum it out a little bit. We're going to use this stuff just to cover the top part and down the front, so they can walk up it, and it's got this stuff. I hope they can scratch this. I don't know if it's going to flake out on me or not. I might run my knife across it a couple of times while I'm cutting it and see if it falls apart. And then we'll just staple it to it after. We are going to stain this. We're going to stain this probably the dark walnut color, because I like it. But I want to put it all together, sand it, and then stain it. But we still have to figure out what's going to go on the front here. I don't know if I want it to go all the way down, which I think I do. My first thought is to use pegboard. And the reason for pegboard is because I want to keep it light. And so if I put more cedar boards on it, it might get a little heavy. Let me grab some of our scrap here. Oh, this is too small. And I'm running out of cedar boards too. So, oh, don't fall over on me. It's going to fall over on me. Okay. So with that on, we're going to let that glue dry. I'm going to flip it upside down, and I'm going to add some glue to those gappy areas and let it just seep in there, just to fill up the gaps and give it a little bit more of a bond. And then I'm just going to sand off all the rough edges. And then when we come back, we'll probably stain it. Actually, you know what? I'll probably stain it before we come back, just because it's going to have to dry for a longer period of time. Then we'll put the front up. We'll pull this. We're going to have to pull this guy off before we stain, and then we'll put the fronts on. And then after that, it's just adding the grass and the heating mat. I have to drill a hole somewhere for the cord of the heating mat to go through. So that will take place. I should probably do that before staining. So yeah, we'll come back after the blue's dried and we'll hammer out the rest of this before we stain it. Baseball. Time to go watch baseball. Oh no. Can't fit a square peg into a round hole. I thought I picked the Forstner bit that was big enough, but I didn't. So we're going to have to play around with it, I think, to try to get that through. Done a couple of things here. Hang on. There's just some black marks that are showing up. It's probably from this, but anyway, we'll show you what we've been working on here. Back to in the mess of things. So we've got everything on, and we sanded everything we wanted to sand. I don't think I'm going to do any more sanding. I know I should probably do another sanding pass on this guy, but I just can't be bothered right now. So we're gonna worry about getting it stained right away here. I just haven't decided on the front. Like, the front doesn't need to be stained, but what about the front cap, if there even is one? I don't know if we'll put one on. We should, but I don't know. I've been running through some of the curves with this 120 grit sandpaper just to keep it cleaned up. been going really well. And then I made these two guys, which we're going to put on now. So if you can see, I have a problem here. And the problem is this side is longer. It's sticking off more than this side. And then when I put these guys on, it's going to make it even worse. You're going to be able to see it even more. But I want these guys on anyway. And so we're just going to glue, throw some brad nails into those guys. And then from there, we're going to start our finishing processes, I think. So just give me a hot second, and we'll get these guys put on here. Oh my God, there's stuff everywhere. I hate it, but I've done it to myself. All right, looks like I've got it fully covered now. I've had this on my head the whole time. So we're going to just let it dry for a couple hours. Well, tiny little spot I missed. All right. Getting in that hole was pretty rough, but looks like we got there. Again, it's not like a front and center type thing, so. I'm not going to wipe the stain off because it would just be a problem, I think, all over the place. We're just going to let it dry as is. I try my best to wipe it smooth as possible. And I didn't put a thick coat on. I just kind of thinly just kept going. And so it should dry fairly quick. It's going to take longer to dry than if I would wipe it. And then I should have rolled my sleeves up because I got stain all over this sleeve here. I don't know if I've got it anywhere else, but c'est la vie. So yeah, we're going to let that just chill. And then I'm going to figure out the rest of it. The rest of it's pretty simple, to be honest. We have to put the front thing on it, and then figure out if we're going to put a front plate, which I'm still hemming and hawing about. Like I wonder if I even maybe make a little hole so the cats can get in underneath too. That might be fun. I don't want it to be a place where they think they can, go to the bathroom and stuff, though. I don't want it to be like a litter box, look like a litter box. So yeah, we're going to just figure out how to get that guy on there, and then we're going to cut the grass stuff to size. Once it's dry enough to cut the grass stuff to size, we'll do that, because we're going to have to do some weird cuts here. Now, figuring out where we're going to staple the grass, we're going to have to staple it and then wrap it around the sides and staple it. So we might have to put, in here it's fine, but around when it's coming down the front, we're going to maybe have to make some runners just to cover the grass edges. But we'll see. We will see. So we'll be back hopefully later today. I got a riding lesson, jumping lesson, riding lesson, whatever it comes to, at 1:30 that I didn't know about, but now I do. So we'll get that done, and I should probably put this away. Yeah, so we'll be back. Thanks for hanging, and just have a good day. Apparently I'm very impatient. This guy's not really 100% dry. It's been drying for a couple hours, but I just really want to get this done. So I've been tinkering, and we got some things ready to go, and so we're going to try to get this guy done. I got to get this guy tacked on. I was going to glue it, but I don't think it's necessary. But I need to pull these apart and staple it at the same time, which is not really something I can do. Oh. Just use the hammer. That'll work. The hammer's perfect. Oh, that slipped. All right. Make sure we're all nice. Oh, some of the non-dried stain was underneath these little curvy parts, and when I was hammering it, blanketed this with whatever. We're going to cover it anyway. It's fine. Let's just yeah, it's fine. Okay, so I got this guy just like this, which is good. I still don't know about putting anything down here. I think I'm going to put the, I don't know. Let's see if I have something that will just fit there nicely in between. Whew. It doesn't come all the way down to cover that piece of wood we put in there. I wonder if it's worth just taking out completely. Anyway, so I'll show you what we're working with. So that's basically where exactly what we wanted was for this to come down like this. You can see that I added that thing to the front, and I didn't realize that this didn't go all the way down. So I could add another strip. I can cut another strip off and put it underneath, or I can just take that thing out, but I'm just worried about the cats messing with this. So I don't know yet. That's something we can worry about later. Right now, I got this issue here. So I think what I'm going to do is just cut the line here, fold it over, staple it into place. And then Bob's your uncle. is. Yeah, that can work. This little piece here I'm going to probably just cut off. There we go. Looks pretty good. I'm going to keep the staples pretty high, and then we'll probably trim this. Okay. Let's try this again with this side. Hopefully that doesn't pull the staples out. Beautiful. Beautiful. So the sides are going to get covered up more or less with some of that the viney foliage that we have upstairs I told you about. But more or less, this is what we were going for. I still haven't decided what to do with that front lip, and I'm not going to worry about it just yet. I might just throw some stain on it and go from there, and then just staple this guy to it so they can't pull on it. That might be okay. I could stain underneath there really quick before I staple it, so it doesn't have to look perfect, that little piece. It's going to be covered anyway. Yeah, so we're looking pretty good. It's not my normal finishing to the max kind of thing, but I'm really enjoyed the process of this for sure. It's just I got impatient, and I don't normally get impatient, so I didn't know what to do with it. But yeah. So what do we got next? Stick a little tag underneath. I'm not securing the mat at all. Because I need to be able to move it just in case. Oh, he's going to love it. Then I'm going to put his flowers and leaves up in here. And he's going to love this. And then we got this long cord, so we can put it anywhere we want. This is fantastic. I am going to spend some time just letting it dry a little bit more. I'm going to touch up some areas that we've kind of scuffed up a little bit, like this, just as we were playing with it. I'm not worried about it being pristine. Again, like it's not going in a shop anywhere. Nice. All right. Most of this dirt's just flipping off, brushing off, flipping off? No. But that's what I had, like kind of what I had in mind. It's built a little bit different than originally planned, but I think it came out really, really well. Obviously, we got the lopsidedness of the bed on the top, which kind of bugs me a little bit, but I think I'll get over it. Especially if the cats like it. If the cats like it, I'll be more than okay. It's a little crunchy, which they're gonna like. That's why I didn't put any staples in the center. I didn't glue it down or anything like that. I want it to be able to be kind of tactile for them. and it's easy to replace. If they really mess it up or if something goes wrong, then I can just take it off and put something else on here. So that'll be nice. Once everything's fully dry and everything, it will be great. I'm not going to give it to the cats until the stain is fully dry. Stain is toxic to animals. It's toxic to everybody. It's toxic to you, me. That's why you need it ventilated. But once it's fully dried, it's fine. And then I'm not going to put a finish on it. I thought about putting a finish on it. It doesn't need one. Again, it's not something I predict is going to get banged around a lot. Our cats don't like to chew on anything other than crunchy, like weird, like foliagey stuff. I've never seen them chew on like a wooden object or anything like that. So I'm not worried about them like eating the wood or any of that kind of stuff. We have other stuff in the house that I've stained and finished that are like really close to the ground. We actually keep the old picture frames and ribbon holders just on a, I don't know, it's a shelving thing, but the bottom shelf, they're just kind of laid up in there, and the cats go in there and play. I've never seen them scratch or chew on them, so I'm really not worried about any of this being a problem for them. So if that was in your head, like staining it, is that bad for the cats? It's just the cats shouldn't be around while it's drying, and so it will stay down here for a little bit while it dries. And yeah, I can't wait to give it to them. I can't wait. So we're going to let Courtney decide where it sits in the house, and then I'll try to get a picture of it with hopefully a cat in it, and we'll see where it goes from there. But it is only Sunday, so we've got a week to go. I was supposed to have that riding lesson today. I didn't do that. It got pushed to tomorrow, so that's good. So yeah, I'm just going to clean up here, and then we're going to come back with something else to do. Probably tomorrow, maybe today. I don't know. It's not too late in the day, but we're going to come back with another project for this week. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's a good week so far. It's not warm enough yet. So, welcome back. The cat stand, cat bed, cat thing is up in the house, and the cats are avoiding it like the plague. Hopefully, I can show a picture of it. If I did this for nothing, then that's fun. But I'll take a picture if I can of hopefully a cat sitting in it at some point in time. But I think that the smell of the shop and stuff like that is keeping them away from it for now. We put all their favorite stuff on it and all that kind of stuff, and they're slowly getting closer to it every day, but it's fine. I added some strapping around where the grass was tacked on, and so I'll try to show that in the picture. But either way, it's up there. It looks nice. We like it. Courtney loves it, but we're just having a hard time getting the cats to love it. But we'll figure that out. And now what I'm trying to do is I want to make a couple candle holders, but I don't have any great ideas just yet on what to do with them. Just some horseshoe candle holders, something quick, something easy. But I've always wanted to, some people forge a head of a horse and the end of a horseshoe. And so I'm going to try to do something like that right now. I've seen a couple of videos and a couple of pictures of how they're done. And I'm not confident in my forging small things. A couple of things we're going to need are, she's got a couple punches here, but I don't know how well they'll work for what I need. So we'll just see what we can do with those, but we're going to use, she's got a cutting tool here somewhere. We're going to want this ball peen available. I don't know. I thought she had one. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's a little cutting tool, so we can. This is for cutting. I don't know what, but really old and stuff, so it should work. But I'm gonna just try to. I'll talk through it, I guess, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to go over there and use the vise, I think, to square off the end, because I don't have one over here yet. So we'll just see how it goes. So yeah, I gotta straighten out the heel first on the one side. I'm trying not to upset the other side because I want this to look like a horseshoe in the end still. I don't know if I'll have enough room, but we'll see. So I really want to just get that tip of the heel like hot, really hot, so we can put it in the vise and it's just easy to upset, square off the end. So I think I'm actually gonna turn on the other burner just so I can stick it in there. Anyway, so a couple ideas that I had maybe was to just take a couple of shoes, stick them together like this, and then put a little candle in it. Maybe like this. Who knows? And those would be nice and easy. But I don't know how, like a candle holder thing. So I haven't figured that out yet. And so that's one idea. And I really want to just play around with some different ideas, because I was asked a couple weeks ago, somebody messaged me and asked if I make candle holders, and I said I haven't yet, but I can, and they never responded back to that, so who knows. But I figured, especially during the holiday season, people like candles and candle holders, and it's just Christmassy and that kind of stuff. So I could make some wooden ones. I saw some really nice wooden ones, and then we could just put horseshoes on them, but I kind of want to just do horseshoey stuff right now. So that's what we're working on. All of these shoes down here, these 6 shoes here, are all for another deer that we're going to make for Courtney. I just really haven't decided how I'm going to make it different yet, so that's why I haven't put any of the pieces together. So we'll just see. We'll see. It's one of those weeks where I'm at a loss. I don't have the set a project like in previous weeks where I've been like this. I've had projects just kind of flow together, but I didn't know which one to do, that kind of stuff. Right now I have the deer, and the ribbon holders haven't come through yet. He's still thinking about it. We saw him this week, so he's still thinking about what type of ribbon holder he wants, that kind of stuff, because he's going to put it in a certain place in his house. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it, but it'd be nice to have something to work on that wasn't a toilet paper holder. Those came out really nice, by the way. They seem to really like them. So anyway, so I'm going to take this over to the vise here and see if I can pound the end flat. All right, so the other vise was too small, so we've just kind of flattened it off a little bit at the top. And this other vise worked well, so we're going to heat this up again. I hope we don't run out of propane this time around. Woo! But we're going to try to get it to the nose and the mouth area of the horse head done next. It's really small, so it's really hard. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But we'll put something together today for sure. I just don't know what. It's not enough room. All right, so here it's kind of coming. There's just a little bit of a drop down there. I'd show it to you, but it's terrible. Just give me a couple more whacks. I'm thinking of using that last heart that we have when we made all the hearts. So I'm thinking about cleaning up these two shoes, sitting them like this, and just putting that heart up in there. I think that'd be just nice. It'll be a nice little thing. And then we can figure out how to put a candle there. I think that'd be pretty nice. So we're going to try to do that too. I think we'll polish the heart. Well, we'll brush the heart so it's shiny, and then the other ones can stay this color. So then the heart kind of flickers. That'd be nice. If we can get this thing to work, this horse thing to work, that'd be nice too. But I think it's going to be a practice thing. Like don't just make the one and then be like, oh, I can't do it. So I think now we need this guy. Oh, that's not going to work at all. That's not working. I don't think I have the proper tools. I'm going to have to make a center punch and a cut, a hot chisel, a hot cutting chisel. And I think at some point in time we're going to spend some time. We're just going to make some tool, like some anvil tools, just so we have them readily available. So this guy, which I didn't realize I did, but I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, is shaped wrong. It's got this part. This is for cutting fullers, I think, right? So it's got this rounded side to it. I was hoping it would be fine for what we wanted, but it's marring up the spot. I just wanted a slight cut in the top where we would put the ear, but it didn't want to go. So I don't know how to finish this. Gonna clean up the shoes while we try to work on this head. The head's come out weird looking. Still kind of looks like a horse head, so we're gonna just keep pushing through. It's just something I think I'm gonna have to do a lot of them in order to make it look good. Which I'm all for. Like, I definitely need the proper tools to do it though. All right, I think we're going to leave it there just for the sanity's sake for me. We'll let it cool down and see what we think about it, but I'll show you here. So there we go. A little bit of a head on there. You can see where the back, where it like mangled it. On the front, it mangled it too. Like the ear cut is way too far into the head, like right where the eye would be. So it's not like I could put an eye on that, even if I had the punch to do so. But yeah, if I had the punches, I'd probably do a little bit of a nose punch on the top there, and then a mouth there, and then we could do like a mane of cuts down here. So that'd be pretty cool. I just don't think I could ever get the eye in there, so I'm wondering if just a mouth is fine, and then throw some mane on there. It's unfortunate that I cut too far in, and that cutting tool is just too big. But anyway, so that's that horse head on a horseshoe thing. I want to do it again. I think I would rather, in the future, do it on the other side and have it coming into the shoe, to be completely honest. But I just followed what I had seen previously, so it's pretty cool. We'll let that cool down, and then maybe we'll do another one, and then we'll see how that goes. Probably could have done better, but I could have definitely have done worse. So let's see how these are going. Still a little too warm. Let me switch everything over. We'll get the welder set up, and we'll get this first guy welded together, and then we can figure out how to get a candle on it. What if we took a shoe? We'd want a smaller shoe. And we tried to make a nice circle. I'm really bad at circles. we could just take one of these pieces. And just put it in the center. If we wrapped it tight enough, but then if we wrapped it too tight, it would hold it though. Maybe if it's set up on it a little bit. Here, let me heat this up. Let's see if we can do something with this. Okay. This should be the last heat. I don't have to do a lot to it. I'm just going to bring these pieces in a bit. I think that's enough to hold it, which means we're going to have a gap, but it'll be fine. Yeah, I don't think we're going to use this at all. So that's fine. And this can just sit on the shoe itself. So yeah, it's pretty circular. Now the fact that I have to make a second one of these, unless I think of a different way to do a candle holder, the holder itself, it's great. All right, we'll be back when I've made more progress on the A. I cut the angle wrong on the 1, so I'm trying to see if I can fix it or if I have to start all over again. Yeah, give me a second. All right. It's so loud because I've got wobbly metal on there. Anyway, here we go. A for Adam. I chose an A for 2 reasons. One's because A's are awesome, like me. And second, it just, instead of just doing like a G or like a 1-shoe bending letter, like an S or something easier, I guess I can say. The reason why I chose the A is to just show what it would look like to have the cut pieces for your shoe as well, or for your letter. So, like I can make a G out of this one small shoe here very quickly, and it wouldn't showcase like if somebody wanted a letter that I would need to cut, like a W or an A or a V or those kinds of things. So this showcased how I would do all that kind of stuff. I'd probably do the crossbar better going forward, but yeah. So anyway, the A is done. I got a shoe picked out for it to sit on. So I have to clean that up, and then I'm going to pick a shoe for the bottom piece. So let's finish this guy off, provided that it's cooled off. It should have cooled off. It's been a while. Huzzah! So that's just some garbage welding down there, but it's going to hold. So would you look at this beautiful thing we've made? We made a candle holder. I also got these electric ones, because some people prefer them. So let's try one of them. Oh, I can't put it on there yet. It's a secret now. Just wait. There is no more grinding or polishing or any of that kind of stuff. We're going to leave it just like this. Yeah, just like this. Just because we want the shine on the decorative piece the most. It's still really warm. I want to show you. I don't want to dunk it either because I don't want it to be rusted before I put my top coat on it. I am going to put a glossy top coat on it, so this stuff is kind of going to shine a little bit, which is nice, but it's not going to overpower. I could tape it, but I'm not going to. I can't put the satin finish that I like to put on everything because I want this to be shiny. So yeah, come on. We can do it quick. If I melt it, I melt it. It was $1 for a 2-pack. Ooh. Would you look at that? I think that works out really, really well. So we'll come back when I've kind of decided on what I'm doing with the next one, and then we'll have to call it quits because yeah, it's that time of the week. So there we go. Thank you. We'll be back. All right. So I ran out of time and propane. I wanted to make 1 or 2 more of these in order to just kind of give it a little bit of more variety. I was going to do a C for Courtney and then maybe another shape. And I thought that'd be pretty cool. And I figured that these could also double as stocking holders if I put a hook on the front of it. And so I think I might make a couple more and then make 2 of them stocking holders and then just 2 of them just tea light holders, which I thought was pretty cool. Would be pretty cool. But look here, look at this. We got a couple little candle holders, which is pretty good. I did the same type of thing for, let's just do this actually. For the A, I did the same type of circle thing, but this one came out smaller, and I almost got it together in the end. It just, I couldn't get it tighter or without making it smaller, so I messed that up a little bit. But practice will make perfect, just like the horse heads. We're going to probably try to do a couple more of those when I can get out and get more propane. So, got this guy in here too, which I thought was pretty cool. Let's give him his own little stand here. There we go. So this week, kind of small little on the project side, we got the cat thing done, and we got these 3 little things done. This horse head though, oof, definitely could use some refining in the future. I liked doing it. It was kind of fun to try to be a little fancy with the metalworking. But again, I'm gonna have to make tools, so maybe in the next week or so I'll pump out a couple of tools and then we'll look at them. But yeah, that's a pretty cool setup. I'm gonna go and show these to Courtney. I still have to put the top coat on them, the glossy coat, but I think overall it's not too shabby. So thanks for watching this week. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll be back next week with some more little projects, I hope. All right. I thought, oh, see, I ruined the end. I'm wondering, hey, maybe we should, I don't know if I have a lighter. I was gonna say I'd light one of them. Here, we'll light the orange one because it's ugly and I got it dirty. Ha! Would you look at that? We'll end with a fun little. See if I can turn out the lights a little bit. That's pretty cool. It's not too shabby. The backlights don't do it any justice, but there you go. One fake tea light that blinks, pretty cool, and then a real one. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.